just about 2 months exactly to the first election in 2023, and the choice before Nigerians tough need to now take up the task of electing the best man for the job. In the spate of the series of attacks that we've seen on INEC facilities and the series of activities of politicians in view of the peace accord they signed and their campaign activities, what are the expectations going into the new year? I'm being joined tonight by Archbishop John Cardinal Onaiyekan, who is the clergy of the Catholic Church, who was Archbishop of Abuja, and a cardinal who served as president of the Christian Association of Nigeria, as well as the president of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria, and Bishop of Ilorin. Is a member of the National Peace Committee. The Archbishop Emeritus of Abuja, His Eminence John Cardinal Onaiyekan, is live with us from his residence in Abuja. Thank you so much. It's good to see you, sir. Give us an understanding, and I say Merry Christmas to you. Look, you're part of the National Peace Committee, and there are a lot of expectations on the minds of the members of the committee on the expectations of the politicians, the activities of politicians, what they needed to do, and what they shouldn't do. Are you disappointed, or what are your feelings about the activities so far since the campaign started?
Thank you very much, and happy Christmas to you all in the studio and to all our viewers. Yes, I'm a member of the National Peace Committee, but I hope Nigerians know that this is not a statutory body that has been established by government or parliament or anything, but rather just a group of Nigerians who want to feel that working together towards improving the situation of the nation will be something that can be done to the best of our ability. Having said that, you asked, what do I see from the performance of politicians, especially all of them who have signed the peace accord some weeks ago, and maybe you want to know whether I'm confident and optimistic about the election. Well, I will be frank with you that I'm worried. I am not too confident, because the performance of the political parties and their followers often at variance with what we expected of them, with what they signed during the peace accord. Please don't forget that there's nothing in the peace accord that is not in the electoral law. The peace accord simply spells out what we expect politicians to do. Simple things, that politicians should be civil in the way they carry out their campaigns. They should they should not engage in hate speech. They should not tell lies against one another. May I add too, they should not be telling lies about what they want to do and what they don't want to do, or above all, telling lies about what they think they have done when they haven't done it. We are looking for a campaign that will be issue-based and will respect truth and objectivity, so that Nigerians listening to them will be able to make up their minds. The question is, when the rules are not observed, when the law is flouted, who is it that is to insist on accountability? Somehow, it seems we are having difficulties getting this done. There's too much impunity, and a lot of people getting away with doing things that they ought not to do. The INEC is doing its best, but I think there's a limit to how far INEC can go. We are also seeing other events taking place in terms of violent events, burning of INEC offices, killings, and those kind of things which are making our society and our community a bit unstable, and we're wondering, can we continue like this into a free, fair, and credible election? And who is to restrain the hands of all these violent actors? Those of us who are neither in the security department nor even in the political arena are looking on, and often we do not know what to say.
Yeah,
These are
Your Eminence.
that ought
so
not.
Let me ask you. You speak, and a lot of Nigerians respect your views. Let me draw you out from a few of the chairs that you perhaps would naturally sit. First as a clergy, and the other as a member of the National Peace Committee. I'd like you to speak as citizen John Onaiyekan tonight, and give Nigerians an understanding of what they should be looking at in the next leaders, or in the next leader, or the next president they should be elected.
I am sure Nigerians are not waiting for that. Nigerians are not waiting. I'm sure there's a problem. There's a problem. I am sure that Nigerians are not waiting for me to tell them what they want, because Nigerians already know what they want. They are also aware of the things that they don't want that has been happening from their politicians. They want a good government, a stable government, a government where truth and justice prevail, a government where justice is carried out, where from point of view of economy, where there is where people can get jobs and have a minimum of decent living. Those things are obvious. What Nigerians want are obvious. And I imagine even the political parties in their campaigns, they keep reeling out all these lists of what Nigerians are looking for, and they promise to give it to us. But we know that these promises have been made before, several times before, often by the same group of people, and nothing has happened. You don't expect us to take their word for it. It is not good for the nation to have a situation where there is a major distrust of the ruling class. And that is what we are going through. It is a matter that is quite worrisome. As a religious leader, I'm putting it every day in prayer that we must get out of where we are right now, because a lot is happening that should not be happening. Nigeria should be.
I look at one issue that I watched,
and the politicians know that,
about the issue of religion. There are two major factors that have troubled our politics: religion and ethnicity. And you are speaking about the issue of fairness in our politics and going forward. What do you think has happened in terms of religion and ethnicity in this country, and what Nigerians should avoid?
To put it a bit bluntly, I believe that our problem is really not with ethnicity and religion. It cannot be with ethnicity because we really have no choice in the matter. I was born in Kaba, so I'm a Yoruba man, not by choice, but by accident of birth. And if things like that for every Nigerian, it should not be an issue. As for religion, again, it is a choice that people make freely, and therefore it should not be an issue. What has been issues about religion, let me speak about religion, are two series of factors. The first factor, in my own opinion, is when those who claim to be running their, use a bad expression, to those who are running the business of religion are not doing the right thing. When you are having people who are claiming to be religious when they have other agenda at mind, and when people do not respect one another in their religious differences, And there is this tendency for some people to believe we alone have the right religion, everybody else is a pagan. Now, that kind of attitude cannot help us, cannot help religion. The other aspect, which is easier to handle perhaps, is when politicians, because they want to win election, do all they can to manipulate religion. And they use it in order to capture they want people to vote for them because they claim to be of a particular religion, knowing how our people take their religion seriously. It is possible to refuse to be manipulated by politicians. But when people decide on their own that they want to manipulate their own religious sentiments, there's not much anybody can do about it. We in the religious field, a lot of effort has been made as Christians and Muslims, Christians and their different denominations. We have been trying to work ourselves towards a situation where we have mutual respect, understanding of one another, and when we can realize that our religious differences should not become a cause for hatred of one another, which leads to violence. And this we should do all we can to bring to the consciousness of those who are our followers. Now, if everybody does that, it will make a lot of difference.
Your Eminence,
but
if
as
there
it
is
stands
one
now,
message on a day as this that you would like to pass out to not only politicians, but to the voters, there's the beavers and there's the atmosphere the INEC says it will create to ensure that elections are credible. We have on our hands a very critical job to do to elect a president that can fix the problems of this country going into the new year. What would that message be, Your Eminence, to Nigerians tonight on the final word?
The message I would give to Nigerians is that we should realize we cannot continue as we have been going until now. And therefore, we should try our best and beg the Almighty God to make it possible for us to use the opportunity of a new election in 2023 to turn the nation around. Now, this is the job of the politicians, but it's also our job. And we should make sure that all those who may be, as it were, who may seem to want to create problems, who don't want anything to change seriously, those who are even thinking of disrupting the election, we should do our best to restrain their hands, and the government should be seen to be proactive in this regard. That is for me the biggest message I will have for Nigerians. As for politicians, I will beg them, enough of lies. Enough of insistence that you must win. Because there are politicians who keep saying, we must win this election. Take whatever it takes, we will win. Now, that kind of language is not democratic. It is the language of those who are going to war. Like they also use almost belligerent language very often in their campaigns. That is not carrying the nation into any better waters. We want a Nigeria that we can all be proud of. Nigeria where all our brothers and sisters who have run away will come back. A Nigeria that the whole world will respect. For the moment, we are not there. The election 2023 can be an opportunity for us. We hope we will not waste.
Thank you so much. The Archbishop Emeritus of Abuja, His Eminence John Cardinal Onaiyekan. Thank you so much indeed for sparing time on your Christmas day to speak to Nigerians on this program. Thank you indeed, and it's good to see you again.
Thank you, and happy Christmas to all of you, and a prosperous new year. God bless
everyone. My Christmas message to you, everyone, is that, look, politics is not a war. I follow the conversations between the different supporters, and it looked to me that if they were physically present in the same space, they might be hurting themselves with the kind of language that goes around. Politics is not war. For those whom you even support, when they see themselves at the airport, you see the way they relate to themselves. So why are you arms against each other on social media? This is the season of love. Let's share love and spread it around. That's our show for today, everyone. I'm Sean Akinmaloye. God bless Nigeria.